All right, market update here on the 18th. Congratulations if you hit this drop here. Honestly, for me personally, I was not prepared today. So I think these last month or two has kind of made me I've been less into like Elliot Wave and just been, you know, going with the fact that it's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat. And so this kind of wakes you up a little bit when you get a 4% drop in an hour and a half. But if you go back to a video I made, I don't know, a couple days ago, I said 537 was right around the area. Well, 542. Didn't quite get there. 543 was the area if this is a WXY move. And I still think that that's what it is. So WXY. I also said that there's a possibility that we get a move down here and then we rip back up here and make it a 333. So what is today? What does that change anything with the chart, or what does it tell me about the next move? Well, this is definitely an impulse move. So that is not the way we wanted to start if we were going to get this move and another move higher. That is not what I wanted to see. And so at that point, I'm going to say that it's more likely that that was the top than us coming back up here and making a new high. It's more likely we come down here. And I would actually say the target would be 455. So if that's the case, that would mean we are starting an impulse down, 5 waves, likely in a third wave here, maybe get a bounce, come down a little bit lower, and then start retracing again. The good thing is, I think that this move was so quick and came down so fast that we could finish this tomorrow or Friday, and then we could run through January. We could have a retracement all the way through January, back up here to like 535, 540, and then drop. That's what I think is most likely. So now getting into where we're at compared to the moving averages, I was hoping that we could finish above the, I don't know why this is not showing up. Where's the 20 at? Let me get rid of this. That doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so I was hoping that we could finish above the 20, and I don't know why it's not showing up. That's the 50, the 200's down here. I got to delete this. Let's get. So the 20 is right here at 518. I wanted to see us close. We were at 520 with like 10 minutes to go, and then it dropped below, finished below. What you have here is, this is daily demand though. We are in a demand zone here. So that's slightly bullish. But this is a daily demand zone. We did fill a gap here as well. So this gap is filled. And then right below that, we have a weekly demand zone right there on the daily. So it actually makes more sense, I think, for us to come all the way down here to 507. I think it makes more sense that this is going to be a third wave. And we come down here to 507. And I would say that would likely be a wave 1. And then we would retrace up here through January. Ignore the time frame on here. And then likely come down farther. So if we come down here to 507, let's just do the, see there, 487 bounce, and then 455 would be my target. So, I mean, we've been lazily just coming up for now 4 months after a month drop. So technically it could happen faster than what I'm expecting, but I think that this makes the most sense because you have July 10th to December 17th. Take about half of that is how long I would think it would take. So it takes us into like early March. So actually, if we draw a parallel line here, let's just see where early March is. I don't think that this is bearish. I mean, not that bearish overall. So that's a good thing. Why is it not bearish overall? Because we had a corrective move up. We didn't finish off with an impulse here after this move, unless we get that, even if we get that one move that I was talking about, 560, the next move down is going to be an impulse. So again, if you come down here to early March, it's going to be around 463. And there's probably some longer term moving averages down there. There is right here. So we have the 50 around there. So maybe the 50 on the weekly would be a target for this move. And yeah, we'll see what happens from here. But it looks pretty bearish overall for a drop. You go back here to looking at this wave, which was another corrective move. You see the drop was very, very like small, and then we chopped, and we came down here at the end. We did drop 501 to 483. This is about a $20 move too, but it looks like a third wave to me. So all signs are pointing to this being a start of a move down. And on the smaller side, there's a possibility you could get something like this. But I think this is going to end up being an impulse. So I would expect maybe something like this, or that, or that. Those are the two possibilities I see. So we'll find out which one it is. We are in demand right here, so I would expect maybe a little bit more selling tomorrow. It could just bounce out of here too, and maybe it's just finished right there. But yeah, you have a lot of support in there, so we'll see what happens. All right, you got to do Tesla. Painful. But actually, I had puts. It's crazy day. I had puts at the beginning of the day, and I was very happy. I sold my puts around 466, I think, early in the day. So actually right here. I actually bought shares when it was coming down because I was thinking, okay, it could come down here to 440. That was kind of the max I was looking for. It was 440 right here. But I was like, I'm going to go ahead and average in. I think we're going to get a fifth wave higher. Ends up going up here pretty quickly. I actually had Tesla TSLL as well. Sold all my shares up here. Sold all my Tesla L, and then it started dropping. I didn't buy puts here. It started dropping, and then I started buying Tesla L in here again, and look what happened. It dropped through. Wasn't expecting that at all. Actually was just looking for a mild move here, but it came all the way down here to 427. So I'm down on my Tesla L now. That was really painful. I didn't even stop out either. So I got to manage that. And luckily it wasn't that big of a position. And the thing is though, I still think this can be a fourth wave. So I definitely got caught on that one. I was being pretty lazy around when the Fed was speaking. I wasn't expecting this at all. But yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3 up, and I think this is a fourth wave, more than likely. You can see here. Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, and we cross the fourth wave parallel line. So again, I was looking for that daily red candle. We didn't get a daily red candle, but you can see here on the 6 hour we got a red candle. Close enough. That's clearly a fourth wave. And a lot of people will say, is that really a fourth wave though? This is what makes it a fourth wave for me. You get ABC, ABC, and then boom, straight down. what is going on here? Like if this was the top right here, and let's just say we came down, either way, it should retrace and then go down more if that was the top. But if it's a fourth wave, it should just go to new highs. Let's go ahead and just take this first wave down here and just see where this would go and how long I would expect it to take. So there you go, like literally right to 500. So if this is correct and that is a fourth wave, you're looking at 500. Either way, I think that it's ready for a bounce. On the longer term time frame, yeah, it can keep on going down. It's obviously overbought, but they cooled it off enough on this hourly that it's ready to bounce. So I would be looking for a bounce probably back up here to 466 minimum. But if it's a fifth wave, we're going all the way up here to 500, and then I'd be looking for a bigger drop. Part of me just thinks that today was basically a way to shake everybody out because we've been bullish for such a long time. But we'll find out. So I think Tesla is likely in a fourth wave. After hours, I don't know, it's down again, so we'll see. Could be them just getting more shares. Who knows? We'll find out. Coin dropped. I mean, I can go over all these stocks. They're all down. I think this is a fourth wave as well. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I think coin should be going up too. It's almost in this demand zone right here. The more I look at these charts, the more I think that they're just shaking. Again, they're just shaking everybody out. Like, it would be too easy if this just came down here and goes, oh, 400, everyone can sell and make money. This is a test. They shake everybody out, you buy down here, or you sell out of fear, and then they reverse it. So I think there's one more move higher on Tesla, on coin, and on Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin is likely in a diagonal. That's what I see. I see a diagonal up here to 115,000, and maybe it doesn't get there now. Maybe it only gets up to 110, 112. Yeah, like 110,000 or so. But I think Bitcoin should make one more move higher. Let's see here. What else we got? NVIDIA. NVIDIA is, I still think it's bullish here. I think this is going to go to 160. And I think that you could see move up here and then fall when like Tesla's making a fourth wave and then fall up here to 160. Why do I think 160? Well, we got a corrective move right here. The only thing that makes sense here is a diagonal. And it actually makes a lot of sense as far as this being an ABC move because it's the same structure as SPY. And then it's probably going to come down here like that. So 160 is my target. This is a diagonal. So you have A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. EMPH fell pretty hard today. 68 bucks. Looks like it might have already started a second wave. It didn't get high enough. This is probably wave 1 then. So this is likely making a wave 2. There's a gap down here at 66, 67 bucks. I'd probably be looking around there to potentially buy more for the next move higher. Let's look at some of the other tech stocks. AMD was falling again. I'm still just holding my shares. This sell-off is pretty insane. And I think that was probably the last move lower, to be honest. Down to 120. This should be bouncing here soon. Back to 150, I think. Let's see. MicroStrategy. I'm wondering where this is at now. Don't tell me it's in the twos. 349. And this broke the low, actually, too. So that tells me this is likely in a fourth wave still. And I'm still looking for this, though. One more move higher after that. It may not get there, though. Actually, I can see this. It looks like MicroStrategy might just be done for right now. Up here, maybe, and then back down like that. And then later in the cycle up here. So, unfortunately, this is probably not going to make new highs anytime soon. Because Bitcoin's only going to go to 110,000. I don't think this is going to run to 600 off that move. But Bitcoin should have another 5 waves up, and that's probably when MicroStrategy will go the highest. So again, I don't think that we are at the top yet of the market. It's crashing. It sucks to look at your account being down. I was doing great earlier in the day, took a break, and then Powell starts speaking, spewing all this nonsense, and the market starts falling. Obviously scripted. They needed a red day. He can say whatever he wants to get the red day, and that's what he did. I bought some more new holdings today. This is at roughly the same valuation now as SoFi, so I think it's a pretty good buy here. And it's making 5 waves down, so it should be bouncing here soon. I think I have like 1,500 shares. And Mara hit the zone, the demand zone as well. So, you know, this is pretty good right here because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially. Or is it going to end up doing, it could just end up back up here and then falling farther down here into like March. Tough one to say, but I know you should be buying right here in demand. Let's look at the VIX and the dollar and the yields. So the VIX hit 27. I wasn't even looking at the VIX. That's crazy. Wow. I did not even pay attention to that. I would have actually been buying, and I actually might buy some SVIX now. SVIX. It's interesting though because this is making A, B, C, a C wave. So I know it's the VIX. You're not supposed to do technical analysis with it, but A, B, C. SVIX is a good buy here. Dollar. Dollar here, we got up here to 108. And you know what? The dollar is likely in its final move higher. So we had A down, A, B, C. So it could go up here to 112. That's the max. Looks to me like it's in the very top of its range, though. And let's look at the standard deviations, the very top of the range. Excuse me. This should be heading down here to 95 soon. Yields, looks to me like it is making the final stages of a second wave as well. So 1, A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, everything I'm looking at is just showing bullish from here. I know I said on QQQ that it is likely going to be going lower, but the dollar and yields are actually showing it going higher. So maybe what I said earlier about this coming down into demand and going higher will actually play out. I'm going to leave it at that for now. You got my overall sentiment. I'm bullish still, regardless of what happens tomorrow and Friday. I'm bullish. I think that we should see new highs in Tesla. Nvidia should make all-time highs. And yeah, I would say like 90% chance today was just a shakeout. I've showed you evidence on the dollar, the VIX, the 10-year yield. And so hopefully you are buying and not panic selling on this drop. There's a lot of people that are panic selling on these moves. I don't think it's time yet. So that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next one.